Welcome to another live stream. Arrow, Flash, Legends, Supergirl, Black Lightning, Batwoman, Stargirl, Superman Lois, and Naomi. All of these shows have something in common. They're all CW Arrowverse shows. And that is why today I'd like to welcome you to the very first episode in the Rise and the Fall series of the one and the only Arrowverse. So sit back, relax, and without further ado, enjoy the episode of the Rise and Fall of the Arrowverse.
This city.
All the loss we have suffered, it's important we embrace the miracles too. We're a team.
The staff chose me to get justice.
Was there a crossover? Did we win?
Our goal is to stop crime and violence.
I will not let fear win.
Just run as fast as you can. I'll try to keep up.
I'm an upstanding citizen now. This ends now.
We can all stand up for what's right, no matter what.
Truth and justice always prevail. You ready?
I stay ready.
You are Earth's mightiest heroes.
What if this wasn't the life we were meant to have after Crisis? Your mother's planning a trip.
Clark Kent, back in Smallville.
This family needs Smallville as much as the world needs Superman.
Clark, I need you to get to Metropolis now. It's the boys.
The boys?
Yeah, honey, your sons. Front page news. Does this ever get old?
If it does, I will let you know.
And welcome. This is everything DC, Marvel, and more, the rise and the fall of the Arrowverse. Everything DC, Marvel, and more. Welcome to the brand new episode. I am your host, Luke, and you may also know me as EDM. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another episode of the brand new The Rise and Fall series. So, today is a very exciting day because it is the start of, again, like what I've been saying, a brand new series. So today we are going to be having, starting a series where I talk about the rise of a certain show or a certain universe. In this case, today's episode, I'm going to be talking about the Arrowverse. Maybe next episode we talk about DC. And I talk about how, what I break up them, into different, you could say, phases. So, like, for example, if I did Marvel, I would literally just do phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4. But for the Arrowverse, I'm going to be doing different years. So year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, etc. And I'm going to be talking about the different years, the different seasons that show consisted of, and I can overall say the point of this live stream if I thought either that year in the Arrowverse, that certain specific year, was very, very popular and was one of the best, and it rose up or rised up, and it was, or if it was kind of bad and it fell down. So I'm super excited. I really didn't have anything that much prepared for this live stream. I did have some stuff prepared, but it wasn't like I have like 15 million articles to read. It's totally one of my first open opinions. So I'm just going to be talking as if, I have nothing prepared. The only thing I do have prepared is just 4 different, things I can go back to and look at if I'm a little lost on things. And then I also have some captions to show on the screen. Like this caption, that's what captions are. And it says, what that is. Now, let's talk about the first part of the Arrowverse. So let's get right into it. So before we do that, we do have a new weekend, which means it is a new feature. So new weekend, new feature. This feature this weekend is we have a brand new series. So I usually don't have that many series on the channel. This is actually my only continuous series. I wouldn't really count like my video game live streams as a series, and I also wouldn't really count my any of like my counterpart live streams as a series because they're not really. So this is my very first series ever that I'm doing, that being like what I have told you, the Rise and Fall series. So I'm super excited about that. So the next thing I did have to talk about was just a quick recap on our EM schedule for February 2022. So let's come here and let me show you that schedule. So as you can see, today is Saturday the 12th, which is our Rise and Fall series. Tomorrow we're going to be having a news broadcast. Next Saturday we'll be having a counterpart live stream. Next Sunday we'll be having a news broadcast. This Saturday after that we're going to be having an open chat live stream where you guys can just talk with me. And then the next day we have another news broadcast. And then that'll bring us to March, where I will be announcing the March schedule on that February 27th live stream. Also tomorrow, I did want to say, is for tomorrow's live stream is also the Super Bowl. So I'll be having a, not a special coverage over this on like during the Super Bowl, but that morning when normal time at noon, I'll just having a little quick segment about my predictions for Super Bowl trailers for either Marvel, DC trailers, or even potentially maybe some Arrowverse trailers as well. So I'll be doing that tomorrow. But hey, that's tomorrow. That's not today. So let's start with this live stream. So a lot of you guys might not know this, but the Arrowverse didn't actually start with Arrow. Now I know that sounds kind of strange, and technically the Arrowverse did start with Arrow, but I count that as year 1. This is Arrowverse. This is the Arrowverse year 0. So Arrowverse year 0 actually consists of the television series Smallville. So Smallville isn't really technically in the Arrowverse that much. Like it's not really. I don't think it's even. It's almost like if you think of like. What's a good example? Like, I'm not sure what a good example would be, but it's not like, for example, like they had a Green Arrow in Smallville, but it wasn't Stephen Amell. I mean, they had a like a Flash. It wasn't Grant Gustin. Like they had this kind of series, and I think people count it, and I would like to count it as Arrowverse year 0 because it was on the CW, and it was the CW's very first DC show. So at this time, people were like, either like, okay, we've never had a DC show in the Arrowverse, or sorry, on the CW. We've only had, I mean, at this time, this was, I don't even know what, I mean, there's obviously a lot of like different shows on the CW that had nothing to do with superheroes. They were just mainly like, drama type series. And so when the CW announced that year in, I think that was 2011 was their last episode in that series. It was a 10-year show. So it went from 2001 to 2011 at 10 seasons, which is 10 years, which is very, very big. And, at that time when the CW announced, hey, we're having a DC superhero show, a lot of people were probably like, well, is this going to flop or is it going to be really good? Because the CW isn't known for DC. I mean, that's almost like if at this time, it's almost like if you said like Kevin Feige, the head at Marvel, says, I'm going to be making and producing a DC TV show. Like, it doesn't, that's kind of like was the equivalent at this time was like the CW saying we're going to be making a DC show, because the CW had no connection with the DC at all, which is why I feel like, that's a very important thing to talk about. And so, it was very interesting. Obviously, they did something right, because after that, we had a total of 11 years of the Arrowverse, and we already know year 12 and beyond, which is very, very cool. But let's just go again. So before we go any more, because I did just want to talk about Arrowverse year 0, let's just do a recap, not by year, but just because I will be going year by year, but I want to just do a more recap on all the shows we have had in the Arrowverse. So, in the Arrowverse, we've had shows like, we've had, Arrow, obviously. That was the first show officially in the Arrowverse. So that's why they called it the Arrowverse, because it was a universe consisting of the character Arrow. And that's why after Arrow ended, they had to call it the CW-verse. But I don't like the CW-verse, so I still call it the Arrowverse. But, right now, currently, we have, I think, 5 different CW Arrowverse shows, which is The Flash, which is currently ongoing, DC's Legends of Tomorrow, Batwoman, Superman Lois, and Naomi, and then also Stargirl. So that's actually 6. So Flash is 1, Legends is 2, Batwoman is 3, Superman Lois is 4, Stargirl's 5, and Naomi is 6. And Naomi just started. So, we've had 6 shows that are ongoing right now. And the only one that is like early into their run would be Naomi, definitely. I mean, they've only had 5 episodes in season 1. Well, actually 4 episodes. So they're definitely very new to the CW. And I would even consider Batwoman and Stargirl, because Batwoman and Stargirl are only premiering their 3rd seasons, which is, pretty new. And definitely Superman Lois, which is right now premiering its 2nd season. So the only kind of veteran, you could say, shows would be The Flash, which is having season 7 season 8, yeah. Flash, which is having a season 8 right now, and then Legends, which is having their season 7 right now. So Arrow ended after season 8. So yeah, so Arrow actually had only 8 seasons. So just a little bit ago, Arrow's final season ended, the starter of the Arrowverse. And then, which is actually this season of The Flash. So Flash is season 8, Arrow ended season 8, but Flash is got renewed for season 9. Will that be its final season? We are yet to find out, but so far is already for sure confirmed. Flash is going to be the CW's Arrowverse's longest running show, if you do not count year 0, which is the Smallville. I do have a comment coming in. Has Legends been renewed for another year yet? So Legends has no, there was a lot of like um, controversy and drama going around that, um, and I don't really want to get too much in it because it's kind of, well, I can just say it really in like a couple sentences. So basically, there's this rumor going around that Legends had a season 8 renewal because there was something that got leaked online that um, the season 8 uh, showrunners have contacted the actors and said, "Hey, we can't wait to see you in season 8. Let us know if you want to come back." And then it actually got debunked, and the showrunner basically said that this happens in every show, not just Arrowverse shows or not just CW shows. Every single show, they go into a season assuming they're going to have another one, and they already contact people saying that. So, like, for example, for the last season of Arrow, I think they did, for Arrow's kind of a bad example because I think they did know it was going to be the final season. But for example, what's a good one? Black Lightning. So Black Lightning ended. I think for Black Lightning, they said, so Black Lightning had 4 seasons. I think they went into season 5 saying, "Can't wait to see you in season 5," before season 4 started. If that makes sense. So it's almost like you always just assume you're going to go back into it. And not saying that so even though the showrunner said, "No, this does not mean it's renewed," that doesn't mean it's canceled either. They're just trying to say this doesn't confirm anything. So I guess that was kind of a strange, or not a strange question, but a hard question to answer because no, it has not been renewed nor canceled, but it hasn't definitely been renewed, if that makes sense. So hopefully that makes sense. I'm not sure, but yeah, hopefully that makes sense. So that's what's happening with that right now. And so now that we did that, I want to go back into, because I kind of want to just get that out of the way for like right now, current Arrowverse. I'll get more into that later, but I just wanted to say kind of like where we are now. And now let's talk about the say the start of the Arrows. Arrowverse year 1 and year 2. So Arrowverse year 1 and 2 consisted of just Arrow, where this would be Arrow season 1 and Arrow season 2. And during these times, I can't really talk about, a lot of things just because I actually I've actually watched Arrow. The only season of Arrow I have watched was the final season of Arrow because I wanted to get ready for Crisis. And so that's why I only watched the final season. I've never actually watched any of the other seasons. And I want to watch that. I want to watch it again, but I just haven't found the time to. So, yeah, I've not watched Arrow yet. So these are a little bit harder to talk about. But if I do go over to if I do go over to Arrow and I can, talk about some of these things. And so before we talk about this, I did want to say something that's very important about this. Is a quick little disclaimer is that I'm not actually going to be talking about any animated series or any series that's on like different shows. So like, for example, the Vixen series, I'll not be talking about that. That's animated, that's on CWC. I also will not be talking about the Constantine series, even though, yes, it is Matt Ryan. I'll not be talking about that one just because it's not officially in the Arrowverse, but I will mention Matt Ryan and Constantine when I do talk about Legends. So I will mention that later. So, how we're kind of going to go about this is we're going to be talking, kind of about like if I thought it was rising or if I thought it was, falling. And personally, I would say Arrowverse year 1 and 2. I mean, definitely set off, the bar for the Arrowverse. I think a lot of people, saw this and they were like, we want more. We want not just one show, we want 2 shows. Not just 2 shows, we want 3 shows. And just kept asking for more. And I think if they would have started, this would have been a lot different if they started with a different show. I think the only reason that Arrowverse worked is because they started with Arrow. So I definitely think that that this was something that they needed to get out there, and I'm happy that they did use Arrow to start. So if I had to say Arrowverse year and 1 was kind of like, if you think of a line. So think of a line. It was just starting to kind of go up, How about this? I have an idea on how to really show this, but I have to have a second to make it. I've not made it yet. It's a really good example, and I think it will help this live stream out a lot. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put on a 5-minute timer, and I will be back in 5 minutes. I have to make this quick thing, and then I also have to do one more thing. So I will be back in 5 minutes. I'll see you guys then. Hello and welcome back. So, I figured this out. I think this is something that will help a lot. So, I'm very excited to introduce to you no other than um, something that I think is going to be. Oh, I got it like that. Okay. So, this is something that I'm very excited to share. Give me 1 second. Okay, this should be good. I'm just trying to figure everything out here. Okay, so, let me share my screen. So here we have a rise and a fall kind of chart. Somebody writing here. I'm writing here kind of a little bit of a, like a little chart to show how the Arrowverse is coming along. So so let's make this. So here we have year 1 of the Arrowverse. This is the chart. I personally think year 1 of the Arrowverse was something that went up. I think it definitely started coming up from the start. If this was kind of like the line connecting it all, it started coming up. And I think I wish I could show. Oh, that's better. Here we go. Okay, so it started coming up. This was sort of like the line just starting off like that. Nothing really happened. This was year 1. It started off like this. Year 1 and 2. Actually, you know what? I just figured something out. This is going to be too confusing. I know I had this good idea. I think it would honestly just be better to talk about it. I don't want to spend this whole time writing everything. I want to talk about it. So I'm not going to be doing this. I'm just going to be talking about it. I thought it would be a good idea, but now thinking about it, I think it would just be one confusing and one kind of boring. So I'm just going to be talking about it. So hopefully you enjoy this better, because I personally think it'll be better if you guys do want to join. So, I think, yeah. Did I say if you want to join? I'm all over the place today. If I feel like it'd be better if you guys would enjoy this better, to talk about it than to try to do all of this stuff. So let's just talk about it. So we finished Arrowverse year 1 and 2. You guys get my point. It rised up. Is it rised up or rose up? That's our Google Translate of the day today. Is it rise? This isn't really a Google Translate word. But I just kind of want it's a grammar check. This is our new thing. It's a grammar check. Okay. I think it's raised. Because rosed, that's not a word. Yeah, rose. Let's see. I don't think rosed is a word. I think it's raised. It rose up. Yeah. That makes sense. Like it raised up or it rose up. I don't know. They both sound like it could work, but it just one of them sounds. I keep thinking of the other one, and I think it's weird, like it's wrong. I'm not sure, but there you have it. Our grammar check of the day. It's not really grammar though. Our spelling, not spell. See, it's not. It's not pronouncing. It's not pronouncing it. It's like what word to use. So I guess it is kind of like grammar, I guess. So yeah, the grammar check of the day. But yeah, so we talked about those. Those ones, those ones rised. Those ones went up. Those were good. We'll just say they were good. Arrowverse year 1 and 2, consisting of just Arrow, was very good, and it went high. Okay. Next is Arrowverse year 3, which is a little bit different because we had Arrow and The Flash. Now, I'm going to say this. This was Arrow season 3 and Flash season 1. Flash season 1 was one of those shows that was like, Flash is their best show. Well, wait. Okay. In that time, I'll talk more about why I said in that time when we get to like Arrowverse year 10 and 11, but it was a good year at the time and a great show. I loved Flash season 1 and season 2. Okay, here's one thing I wish I could do though. Like, I wish I could watch, or how do I say this? I wish I was older when I watched when I watched Flash season 1 and Flash season 2. Like, I wasn't, old enough to actually remember. I mean, well, that makes me sound, no, I was old enough to remember Arrow and Flash season 1. But like, I didn't really enjoy it as if it was like, it wasn't really until like Flash season 4 when I was getting like really into the Arrowverse and I like actually like was like interested by it. It wasn't that I couldn't remember. I was just kind of too young to kind of like comprehend what was happening when Flash season 1, 2, and 3 was out. So, but they were great seasons. That's why I wish I was older, because if I was older and I was watching them, then I think they would have been amazing. Like, they were still super, super good when I was young, but if I was older, I feel like it would have been better. And that's why I think now, I think it'd be so much different. Like, if I was younger and like Superman Lois came out, I don't think I would have liked it. The only reason I really like Superman Lois is because I'm the age that I am, and I think it's like good that it came out at this time. But I might think about the same thing as like Naomi. I might, right now Naomi's out, I might think in, when I'm older, like 5 years from now, I might be like, I wish Naomi came out right now, because in 2022 when Naomi came out, it wasn't, I didn't really understand, or I didn't really comprehend when I was that age in 2022. And it might be the same thing with like the shows, but it's just, funny going back and thinking about that. It was so really, really good. And they had a bunch of crossovers that year, like just kind of mini ones. Like Arrow was in the pilot. So they had a pilot episode, Arrow was in it. They had their crossover, which was the Flash versus Arrow. They had another episode, which was the All-Star Team Up, which had Felicity and Ray Palmer in it. And I think they had another episode. I think Arrow might have guest starred in the finale, I'm pretty sure. But it's crazy to me because how many times, Arrow and Flash had these kind of crossovers. And it was a lot easier because at this time they only had 2 shows in Arrowverse year 3. And I think what was cool about it is, if you guys don't, so this is kind of the more obvious one, is that crossovers are usually episodes 8 or episodes 9 in a series. So every single crossover is episode 8 or episode 9 in the series. Like every single series. So let's say Flash's crossover episode is episode 8, then Arrow and Legends will either be episode 8 or episode 9. Like, it's like the same exact, it's either 8 or 9. And for example, Flash season 1's Flash's crossover between Flash and Arrow, the very first crossover they ever had, Arrow's episode was season 3, episode 8, and the Flash's episode was season 1, episode 8. So that, it's episode 8 or 9. But what they used to do is just for, I think, the first, I think Arrowverse year 3 and 4, maybe 5, but I'm pretty sure just 3 and 4. They also had mini crossovers during episode 18, where they would just have, instead of a big one with like 4 or 5 shows, they would have small ones with just 2 shows. So for example, Flash season 1 episode 18 was a crossover with Felicity and Ray Palmer, and like another episode in season 2 of Flash, there was a crossover between Supergirl and Flash, Supergirl's entrance into the Arrowverse, and that was episode 18 of the Flash season 2 as well, and episode 18 of Supergirl season 1. So those like kind of mini ones are episode 18. Also, their musical episode, it was also an episode 18 one because it was just Flash and Supergirl. So I think, this was definitely, year 3 was crazy, and I, really, really liked it. Next, we're going to go through these really quickly because it's already 12:40, but next is Arrowverse year 4, 5, and 6, which consisted of Arrow, Flash, Legends, and Supergirl. So right after year 3, year 4 had 2 new shows, Legends and Supergirl, which Supergirl is now sadly over with, but Legends is still going strong, and I, personally really liked Legends. Now, this might sound weird because a lot of people say the opposite, but personally, I like the newer seasons of Legends more than the older seasons. Like season 1 and 2. I like how it's like funny and kind of a comedy type show. And I think I just kind of like it better, but we can have that conversation. We have our open chat live stream where I just talk about anything you guys want me to. We can have a whole live stream if you guys want me to, talking about why I think Legends, is better now than it was before. I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me, but if you guys want to have that, we can. Whatever you guys want to do. So, yeah, so it was, so I see a comment coming in, so it says, was Legends introduced on The Flash? So that's what I was going to go on to too. So I already talked about this a little bit ago last time, where I talked about how Supergirl was introduced in the Arrowverse with Flash. Legends was introduced with Arrow and Flash. So, Flash season 2 actually had Flash season 2 and Arrow season 4's crossover that year was actually the Legends crossover setting up. So Flash season 2 episode 8 was Legends of Today, and then Arrow season 4 episode 8 was Legends of Yesterday. And then obviously the show is Legends of Tomorrow. Which is funny because I've never noticed that. I've only figured that out like a little bit ago, that like Flash started with Legends of Today. So that was like today, and then it went yesterday, and then now it's tomorrow. So it's like it kind of goes between the days, which is very smart that they did that. So which is, very, very cool. And then Arrow season and then again Flash season Flash season 2 episode I can't find it, but yeah, one of these episodes in season 2 of Flash had a introduction to Supergirl. And personally, that year, here's where you guys all came for. Did I think that was it? Do I think it fell down, or do I think it went up? Personally, I think it went up still, mainly because in all of 4, 5, and 6, not just like 4, not just 5, all 4, 5, and 6 I think went up because of Arrow and Flash still being there. Because by the time Arrowverse Year 6 came around, Flash was at season 4, and it was starting to get kind of By season 6, Arrow was at season 6. Yeah, Arrow was at season 6 by year 6. So, yeah, I think, it's kind of hard because I think putting all these together, I mean, this was technically the same 3 years because there was no new shows, but I feel like Legends season 3, because so many people didn't like it, and by year 6 of the Arrowverse, it would have been Legends season 3. I think some people would say that it fell, but I still think it was rising up. Now, next year, Arrowverse Year 7. We had still Arrow, Flash, Legends, Supergirl. We had Arrow Season 7. We had Flash Season 5, Legends Season 4, Supergirl Season 4, and the brand new Black Lightning series Season 1. Now, at this time, I'm going to be completely honest. So, a lot of people say Season 5. So let me look it up. What was the worst season of Arrow? So a lot of people are saying, so here's this. So people are saying that the worst season of Arrow was actually, or wait, no, maybe I'm doing this wrong. Where's season 5? Yeah, so people are saying that season 6 was like one of the worst seasons of Arrow. Oh no, season 7. Wait, why do I keep skipping through this? Arrow, where is season 7? Okay, Arrow season 7 is 5 out of 8. So kind of in the middle, but still not the best. It was just kind of iffy. I've heard from people. Some people think it was like one of the worst seasons. And then we talk about Flash season 5. Flash season 5. Everyone said and probably continues to say that Flash season 5 is probably one of the worst seasons. But hey, I'm talking about at this time, we haven't talked about Flash season 7 yet. But Flash season 7, or not season 7, sorry. Flash season 5 of this time had the Nora storyline. So many people just did not like that character. And I didn't actually mind the character. I think the characters wasn't that bad, honestly. But it was kind of iffy. This was now going to Legends season 4, which was really Legends turning point. So Legends season 1 and season 2 was like that regular CW Arrowverse. And then season 3, it started kind of, okay, now we're getting into some weird stuff. Like we had Bebo. Not saying that Bebo was weird. I love Bebo. But it was starting to get kind of in the weird stuff. And then it went to season 4 and it was like, boom, okay, here we go. This is totally different. And a lot of people didn't like that. Then this was also getting into Supergirl season 4, which was that whole kind of like Liberty. If you guys remember that, the Liberty storyline. Not a lot of people like that. Black Lightning season 1, that show it was actually one of the lowest running shows ever on the Arrowverse with only 4 seasons. If I have to be completely honest, I think Arrowverse year 7, I think it kind of fell. I'm saying we went up all the way from Arrowverse season or year 1 to year 6. We were going up. Arrowverse year 7 kind of just went down. And I don't think, at that time, I think a lot of people were worried. Because every single season that year was kind of just, ugh. And they were still good, too. Wait until I get to, let me see, what was it? Wait until I get to year 9? No, 10. No, 9. I don't know. I'm getting all... What year? Okay, wait, Arrowverse year. This was 2018. Okay, no, next year. Yeah, year 8. Okay, so next year. Well, let's just go there now. So Arrowverse year 8. We can go there now. So my final results, I'm putting it in Arrowverse year 7. I'm going to have to sadly say it kind of fell down. Before we continue, I do just want to say that we are scheduled to be stopping the live stream at 1 o'clock, but I don't think I'll be able to get everything in. And so that is why I'm going to now be officially extending this live stream time until 12:15. As of right now, 12:15. If it gets to around 12 o'clock, I'll get a better idea of when. It might be at the latest 12:30, but plan for this live stream to be done at 12:15. Sorry about this. We just, I want to spend a lot of time talking about this. I'll try to go a little faster. I'm sorry if you have to go somewhere. My goal is to get it done by 1:15. So about 15 minutes after our set time. So let's talk about Arrowverse year 8. So here's the thing. Arrowverse year 8 was a little bit... I'll get into this. This is kind of like... Okay, Arrowverse year 8 and Arrowverse year 9 is the pandemic year. And it has a lot of stuff to do with it. And like a bunch of stuff to talk about. And so... I think okay, let's just talk about it. So Arrowverse year 8 consists of the final season of Arrow, sadly. Flash season 6, Legend season 5, Supergirl season 5, Black Lightning season 2, and Batwoman season 1. No. Not season 1. Wait. Right? No, I don't think it was Batwoman season 1. Let me see. Wait, this would be Arrow season 8. No, yeah, Batwoman season 1, I think. That'd be season 2, that'd be season 3. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Batwoman season 1. So, I have to say, this season kind of redeemed itself. Or this year, sorry. This year kind of redeemed itself. After last year, it kind of, fell down, went down, but I think it's starting to get a little bit better. At this point, people were like, okay, it's trying to get back. We had the announcement that we would have Crisis on Infinite Earths, which was the craziest event ever. And I always say the exact same thing with Flash season 1 and 2 and 3. I wish I could be older and I could have been more attached to the Arrowverse and rewatch Crisis again for the first time. I know I can always just rewatch it, but I want to rewatch it for the first time and just feel that excitement when I saw those cameos, because at that time when this came out, I didn't know any of these people. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so crazy, because I asked my father who that was, and they're like, it's Robin, and I was like, oh, that's so cool. But I wasn't understanding that it's like that's like crazy. And like the one thing that I did know that it was cameo was crazy was the Ezra Miller one. That one I knew, but all the other ones I was just kind of like on. So that was like, it was a crazy event. That made it go up. Legends season 5. A lot of people didn't like that. I did. Again, we'll talk about that in another live stream. Supergirl season 5 again had the same old Lex Luthor stuff. Very, very old, actually. Or no, wait. See, sorry, I was wrong. Supergirl season 4, last season, had the like Russian Supergirl. Supergirl season 5 had the Liberty storyline, and then Supergirl season 6 had the Lex Luthor and the like Nixley storyline, which was the final season, I'm pretty sure, unless I forgot something there. Lex Luthor's like in every season, so I don't even count him as a main villain anymore. But I don't think a lot of people again like that Liberty storyline. Black Lightning season 2. I haven't actually watched Black Lightning, but I've heard that was actually the worst season of Black Lightning. Black Lightning season 2, either the worst or the best. I'm not sure. And then Batwoman season 1 was really, it was really good, but also I'm gonna go back on that. It wasn't really good. It was like okay. I think it could have been better. It could have been better. I personally now, just because we've had more screen time with Ryan Wilder than we did Kate Kane, I personally just like Ryan Wilder better because we had more screen time with her. So I think that just makes me kind of think that was a bad show. Bad season, I should say. Not bad show. And that's why I think like there was this one's really hard because we had all of these shows that were like really good and really bad, and like what some people thought was bad, but I would have to say it kind of went up. Like it was going down, and it just kind of went up. But people it started getting more hope after those cameos, but then that leads us right in to the worst thing we could possibly hear for television and in real life. At the end of Flash season 6, the end of Legends season 5, Supergirl season 5, Batwoman season 5, and Black Lightning already ended, and Arrow ended for that season. Well, Arrow ended for the show, Black Lightning ended for the season. That's when we heard something. I think you guys know where I'm getting with this. At the end of that year, we were told it was March 2020, and they said that there's a global, really a real life crisis going on. And what was even crazier for all of our Arrowverse fans is that the shows had to cut their seasons, which was horrible because that meant that sadly we didn't get proper finales, which then led into season 9, Arrowverse year 9, there it is right there. Personally for me, being one of the worst seasons ever of the Arrowverse. This was from 2020 to 2020. Well, actually, it was like 2020 to 2021. It was weird. This was a weird year. It was like a mix of everything. None of the shows actually started in fall. They all started in like March and February, and then they ended in like August, and then they came back later, and then it was such a weird season, and the plots were so strange, and I just did not like it. This was last season of Flash. Crazy to think that. This was Flash season 7, Legend season 6, Supergirl season 6, the final season. Black Lightning season 4, and the final season as well. And then Batwoman season 2, and then Stargirl season 2. Literally, I feel like the only good thing we've got out of this, like really, the only good thing we've got out of this was the fact that we had Stargirl season 2. Like, that was like the only good thing out of Arrowverse year 9. I included Superman Lois in year 10, even though it technically came out in this time period. It wasn't really year 9, so I just included Superman Lois in year 10. But yeah, Arrowverse year 9, I feel like was just something in the plots. I mean, they had to finish in almost every single show except for Legends. Legends got to finish her season. Stargirl got to finish her season. And Black Lightning got to. All the other shows didn't get to have a proper finale. All of their stuff, all their seasons, specifically Supergirl and really Flash, had to literally finish her previous season in this season, which made the plot totally confusing. At this time, too, we had a brand new Batwoman because Ruby Rose did not decide to come back. So we had a brand new Batwoman. That infected Batwoman all of season 2, which made them kind of not even have a proper plot and even let some characters go, like, like Douglas Scott, who plays Kate Kane's dad. I forget what his name is because we haven't seen him in so long, but that, impacted all of, that impacted the show, that impacted characters, that impacted the whole season because they had to talk about Kate Kane the whole entire season, and there was no good plot at all. Personally, it was like, thank God they renewed Batwoman season 3, because season 3 of Batwoman right now, which is going to have their season finale for season 3 in 2 weeks from now. Well, I guess technically a week, not this week, the week after this week, which is going to have their episode 12 and then episode 13, which is their finale. Same with Legends. Batwoman was fantastic. This season, not good last season at all. I honestly, it was my least favorite show. And this is saying a lot, but I did not like Legends that season either. Legends, that season had so much just like repetitiveness with like Sarah and the clone and like her being a clone. Like, it was just so, I feel like, repetitive, and like I just did not like the season. It just felt like it was like reusing a plot from like another season. But I couldn't figure out, it was weird because no other plot had that season, but it just felt like, I hope you guys know what I mean by when I say that for Legends. Like, I don't know, I just feel like Legends season 5 felt like it was like, it felt like, okay, I feel like Legends season 6, which was last season's plot, would have done better if they did it earlier than that season. And considering that, like, they also had a lot of characters go, like, Nora left that season, Adam, Ray Palmer left, like, they had a lot of characters leave. And that was also Mick Rory's final season. It was just not a good season. Flash was everyone's and my least favorite season. They literally had a whole storyline of filler episodes. I always talk about this, but it was so annoying to me because they always, it's so, okay. Let me read, okay. From Arrow, so they had a whole, if you guys don't know what Flash does, is they have different storylines. They have 3 storylines in this year 9 of the Arrowverse. They had, let me read you them. So from episodes 1 to 3 was the Reflection and Lie storyline, which was literally just trying to finish the storyline from last season because of the pandemic. Then from episodes 4 to 11, they had their whole Speed Force complex, which was called God Complex, which was not good. I did not like that at all. Then they had their filler episode storyline, which was called Interlude 1, which was from episode 12 to 14. Cisco left. That sucks. Then they had the final 4 episodes, which I felt like needed to be more than 4, which was the Godspeed storyline. I feel like they should have switched it. I feel like they should have had the Godspeed one be like 11 episodes, and then the Speed Force one be 2 or 4. And we had, again, no crossover this season. The only thing we had close to a crossover this season was all of John Diggle's appearances in the different shows, which was like good, but it was still like no regular crossover. And I just did not like it at all. And so that's why I just do not, I do not like it. And yeah, the only thing that was okay about it was literally Stargirl. Like that was good. I honestly like Stargirl season 2. That's the only thing. And that's why I'm saying this felt a lot. Like, if you're, I wish I could have a face cam. If you have like if you think of a line and you think it like kind of, it went down, but then it kind of went up again. So it went down in year 8, or sorry, it went down in year 7, kind of went a little bit up in year 8 with Crisis. It went down. Like, imagine a roller coaster. You know, you're going up high and you kind of dip down, but then you go up high again, and then it just speeds down. That was Arrowverse year 9. A roller coaster explains Arrowverse year 9. It just went down at fast speed. I really, some days I felt like, do we need to watch it? Like, I just did not want to watch it because it just was very boring, and it just, I did not like it. Like that, I just did not like. So as of right now, Arrowverse is falling. But next, we have no other than Arrowverse year 10, which is Flash Legends. So Flash season 8, Legends season 7, Batwoman season 3, Stargirl season 3. Wait, no. Wait, I messed this up. Wait, no. Okay, wait, sorry. Wait, this should be... Okay, wait. Okay, wait. I figured something out. I messed this up. I'm sorry. I kind of messed up. It's weird. Because of Superman Lois placement, I'm just going to say this. So, this is kind of like year 10 and 11 almost. So just think of this as like 10 and 11. So, Arrowverse year 10 is this year. Yeah, so it's like currently. So like we're currently in Flash season 8, Legends season 7, Batwoman season 3, Stargirl season 3, which hasn't premiered yet this year, Naomi season 1, and Superman Lois season 2. So technically I should have included Superman Lois in year 9. And in that case, last year, year 9, I would say the 2 shows that made year 9 okay, and like honestly really good, was Stargirl and Superman Lois. So credit to them for carrying Arrowverse year 9. But now we're on to year 10. Right now, this year. And let me tell you, I think it's going up. I have to say, I think this year made it go up, because we'll just go down the list. Flash season 8, we had a kind of, not so much proper, but almost proper crossover with the Armageddon event, which was good. We had a lot of characters from Stargirl, which recently ended. That was good. We had the whole Legends kind of storyline with which doesn't even have a main villain, which I honestly like. Like, it's just kind of like almost not like mini storylines, but like what I like about this year of Legends was that it's focused on all the characters. Like, it's really focused on the characters that I like. It's almost like each episode is a different character focused on. And then that's what made it good, if that makes sense. And I really like, I mean, I'm saying right now, this might have been my favorite season of Legends. I think this might have been or would have been my favorite season of Legends. Not would have been, is. So far, it is. And we only have 2 more episodes of this season of Legends, and so far, it's looking pretty good to be my favorite season. Next is Batwoman Season 3. Right now, going on, again, 2 more episodes. I'm going to tell you right now, my favorite season and potentially my favorite Arrowverse show this year. I'm not even joking. Batwoman Season 3 may be my favorite Arrowverse show this year. I need Bluetooth headphones. I know it's totally random, but so right now I'm standing up. I don't even use my chair that much. When I'm live streaming, I walk around with my headphones and I just kind of like walk around my area, like my room. But I walk too far into my headphones, like pull my ear, and I just wish I had Bluetooth ones because it's so nice. Like I'm not even sitting right now. I like standing up. It's really nice. But let's get back on topic because we have about 5 minutes left, and I personally think we can get this all done in 5 minutes. So we'll be done by 1:15 my time, Eastern Standard Time, EST. So yeah, Batwoman it's definitely my favorite season of Batwoman, and could potentially be my favorite episode, or not episode, favorite season this Arrowverse year 10. We haven't seen Stargirl yet this year, but yeah, okay. How do I explain this? Year 10 of Batwoman was like, it was just great. Like, I loved it. Right now, it just has, it's almost like Batwoman season 1 and season 2 were like, it's like a Gotham show, but it had villains and like characters that no one knows. Like Alice, like I love Alice as a character. She's like Rachel Carson. She's like the best actor ever, and I like really like her on the show. But like no one really knows who she is. Sorry, Rachel Carson. But like no one knows who she is like in the comics or like actually in Gotham. And same with like the whole like Black Mask thing, like all the other storylines from season 2. That was really bad last year. Arrowverse year 9. And it was all just kind of which is why I'm like, I kind of feel like I don't know. It's hard. Like because like this now is we need characters we know. Poison Ivy. We know Poison Ivy. We like Poison Ivy. Joker. Who doesn't know Joker? And we have a whole different version of Joker, which I like because it's not the Joker we know, but it's like takes so much inspiration from Joker, which I love about it. And it's like really iconic Gotham characters that we do know and love, which I really do like. I'm gonna skip Stargirl. We don't know Naomi. We've only had 4 episodes of season 1 yet. It's kind of hard to tell. So far, I do like it. I think it's definitely like if they continue to have it as a show, I think it will be good. I think they didn't really explain the plot. I mean, when they were explaining the plot, they said that she can travel through the multiverse, or at least not in the show, but at least the character can. Like when everyone's like looking at Naomi when they announced the show, they're like, "Who is this character? What powers they have?" And they said she could travel the multiverse, which they haven't really discovered yet. And I personally thought it was going to be a show like Legends, but instead of like time travel, like each episode would be a new time period. I thought it'd be like multiverse travel, and each episode would be a new a new Earth, and it would be like it would still like kind of have that plot like Legends, but like you know what I mean, right? Like how Legends has a plot, but it's not really like, it's just kind of like they have the same plot with characters, but it's like not really, because like it doesn't really follow the same concept. It's like, oh, there's a new person we need to fight, let's go fight him, and then they go fight him, you know what I mean? Like in that time I thought that's what Naomi was going to be, which like it's because I was expecting that, and then I'm realizing that it is kind of like Flash and like other like shows and like Batwoman, which actually has certain storylines. It's going to be kind of hard to get used to, but I definitely think it is a good concept to have. Superman Lois, we've only had 4 episodes of season 2 so far. I absolutely enjoy it. I think it, is a great show. Season 2, I'm so far liking a lot better than season 3. Has a lot of, new characters that I do enjoy and like. So that's very exciting. So I have to say that is, very good. So this went up for me, Arrowverse Year 10 went up. And now we have just about 2 minutes, very quickly, to talk about Year 11 and beyond for future shows. So here's where you guys all want to come. Here is my final thoughts about where the Arrowverse is right now. Do I think in the future the Arrowverse is going to fall down or is it going to rise up? I personally believe that in the future the Arrowverse will, drumroll please, rise up. I definitely think that it will continue to rise up to the occasion. It will just continue to keep going up with brand new shows, with Gotham Knights, Justice U, all new, the Zorro series, all new, brand new shows, all coming soon. I'm very excited, and I hope you guys are too. I think this is going to be it for the live stream today. Thank you so much for coming to this brand new series of Rise and Fall. I will see you guys tomorrow for a brand new news live stream. Stay safe, stay awesome, and most importantly, stay yourself. Goodbye.